Welcome to our deep dive into the world of baking mixes, where today we will focus on Pillsbury Moist Supreme Vanilla Cake Mix. We are here to explore its carb content and what that means for diabetics. So, if you or someone you know is managing diabetes, this information could be really helpful. First, let's talk about what makes this cake mix so appealing. Pillsbury is a well-known brand with a reputation for delivering delicious baked goods. Their Moist Supreme Vanilla Cake Mix is no exception. It promises a fluffy, moist cake with a rich vanilla flavor. But what about the carb content? For many diabetics, carbohydrates are a crucial part of their dietary considerations. Carbohydrates can affect blood sugar levels, which is why understanding how many carbs are in your food is so important. So, how does this cake mix stack up? When you prepare Pillsbury Moist Supreme Vanilla Cake Mix according to the standard instructions, you get a cake that is sure to delight. However, it's important to know what's inside. For one serving of this cake mix, you are looking at approximately 36 grams of carbohydrates. This includes sugars, starches, and fiber. Now, let's break this down further. Of those 36 grams of carbohydrates, about 20 grams are sugars. Sugars can cause a rapid increase in blood sugar levels, which is something diabetics need to manage carefully. The remaining carbohydrates come from starches and a little bit of fiber. You might be wondering, how does this fit into a diabetic diet? Well, it really depends on individual dietary needs and the overall meal plan. Some people may choose to enjoy a small slice of cake alongside foods that are lower in carbohydrates to maintain balance. Others might prefer to look for lower carb alternatives. It's also helpful to consider the fiber content. Fiber can have a positive effect on blood sugar levels because it slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. In this cake mix, the fiber content is minimal, so its impact on blood sugar is not significant. For those looking to enjoy a slice while managing their carb intake, portion control is key. Having a smaller piece can help keep the carb count lower. Additionally, pairing the cake with a protein-rich food can also help moderate blood sugar spikes. But what if you are looking for alternatives? There are several ways to make this cake mix more diabetes-friendly. One option is to replace some of the mix with almond flour or another low-carb flour. This can reduce the overall carbohydrate content. Another idea is to use a sugar substitute in place of some or all of the sugar. This can help lower the sugar content while still keeping the cake sweet. Remember, it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional or a dietitian when making changes to your diet, especially when managing diabetes. They can offer personalized advice based on your specific health needs. Another important aspect to consider is the other ingredients added to the mix. Eggs, oil, and water are typically used to prepare the cake. While water does not add any carbs, the type of oil used can impact the overall nutritional profile. Choosing a healthier oil, like olive oil or avocado oil, can add healthy fats without affecting the carb content. Now, let's talk about the taste and enjoyment factor. A big part of any meal is the joy it brings. For many, cake is a celebration food, and it's okay to enjoy these moments. The key is to find a balance that works for your health and happiness. If you are baking for someone with diabetes, consider making a few adjustments to the recipe. Even small changes can make a big difference in the carb content. You might find that with some experimentation, you can create a cake that everyone can enjoy. In conclusion, Pillsbury Moist Supreme Vanilla Cake Mix can be part of a diabetic-friendly diet with careful planning and moderation. Remember to keep an eye on portion sizes and consider making a few adjustments to the recipe to better suit your needs. We hope this analysis has been helpful and informative. Understanding the carb content of foods like this cake mix is an important step in managing diabetes effectively. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe to stay updated.